All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Now, to give you a quick rundown on Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks is a female artist, and everybody tells me she's a dope artist. Well, people have told me she's a dope artist. I don't see it. I've tried to listen to her musically. I don't see the talent that everyone sees. Honestly, her claim to fame is literally beefing or throwing jabs at pretty much every prominent female that's in music right now that's black. I've seen her take shots at Cardi B. I've seen her take shots at SZA, Rihanna, Nicki. Yo, it's like, damn, you want every female fan base against you? You one Beyonce diss and Michelle Obama diss away from Instagram just getting rid of your account because of hate, bruh. Like, Azealia Banks to me has not done enough musically to be able to critique some of the people that she's tried to come at. I mean, she's talked about how Cardi B has no talent, how Cardi B's a shell of herself as a black woman. She doesn't represent the black woman. She's a caricature of a black woman, to quote her when she was on the Breakfast Club. She hates everything. I remember, what was it, about a year ago, RZA did a movie. I think the name of the movie was Love Beats Rhymes. And Azealia Banks was in it, one of the stars in it. And I remember her just calling out, I think she claimed somebody spat on her at a party. But then she went on to criticize RZA, and like RZA is one of those people who I've yet to see anyone else say a bad thing about this man. Like, yo, everybody can't be wrong in Azealia Banks. Like, you can't be serious, Azealia. And nobody calls it out. She has all the attention of the media outlets. They love her. I thought that Breakfast Club interview she did was weak. The talents weren't asking the right questions. They weren't calling her out on shit. And to be honest with you, everybody can't be against Azealia Banks. Now, she came out a few months ago and said something about being raped. I don't play about rape because I know people who have actually been raped. I don't play about that shit. I think it's disgusting. Man or woman, put your hands on somebody, take advantage of them. It's disgusting, right? I'll say this. It's tough to take this woman serious when her claim to fame, and I'm not trying to make light of any allegations that she's made against anyone, any crime that might have been committed to her. It's tough to take her serious when she goes out of her way to wrong people for no reason. She goes out of her way to disrespect, diss, and hate on other individuals. And I just hate that it's like the little boy who cried wolf syndrome in regards to, yo, something might have did happen to her, but I don't think she's getting the attention she deserves in the Me Too movement. Because everybody's like, damn, everything that gotta come out of your mouth is negative. Now, here's what I don't like. She's taking a stab at black culture to me. I don't think Nick Cannon gets enough credit for Wildn Out. You can say what you want about Wildn Out. The jokes are corny, it's planned, all that. But you are not gonna act like Nick Cannon has not helped create and develop young black stars, whether if it's comedians who do stand-up, or it's now he's trying to transfer in the game to Instagram comedians. Wildn Out has been one of the few black shows to stand the last decade and some change. Nick Cannon does not get enough credit for Wildn Out. And everyone and their mama has watched an episode of Wildn Out at least once in their life. You know what their spiel is. When you agree to be a guest on Wildn Out, you are not going there to pick roses. You are not going there to freaking meet people. You're going there to get stabbed. It's a freaking comedy check show. Like, what did you expect? So Azealia Banks claims that she was treated wrongly and unfairly as she was a guest on the new season of Wildn Out that I believe premieres this week. She said, I did Wildn Out today. There were tons of pre-planned colorist jokes and of course, Cry Baby Cried. Some little scrawny black Atlanta twink was prepared for me. They planned this. Hit me on short notice, told me I didn't have to participate in the coon-ass freestyle battles, not my style, and I was to sing my song and go home. I show up, and some guy who's darker than me starts calling me ugly and being colorist. Then all of a sudden, a choir of the most distinguishedly basic local cattle call urban comedic fat because you sit in a chair all day, greasy soul food induced south of the Mason-Dixon self-hatred as hashtag backwards post Jim Crow post-traumatic slave disorder true self-esteemless What are the state clowns with their low scale and highly unimpressive resumes start going off about how the beautiful Azealia Banks looks? I've never felt so much hate and rage for anyone else that I did in that moment. Yemaya was really on stage. Yemaya. All right, first and foremost, I think Azealia Banks thinks entirely too highly of herself and what she's brought to the music game. If we're talking about her music that she's brought to the game, she's not a legend nor anywhere close. Her career would evaporate, and the way she's going, you can't book her for shows. Number one, the music is not sticking. Number two, one reason why I don't believe the music is sticking around is because you got these big time radio stations and festivals. If they can get a Cardi B on that stage to do a festival, and if Cardi B's one request is not have any negative energy around her, you think they're gonna allow Azealia Banks in the building? No. If they can get a SZA who's had a phenomenal year or two stretch, and you know she's gonna perform. We know she's tied to TDE, and them ties to Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy, you know, them things run deep. You think they're gonna allow Azealia Banks on the same build as SZA? You don't even want me to get started. If Nicki Minaj or Rihanna, those type stars are performing, there's no chance in hell Azealia Banks will be allowed in the same city as them. Just talking about star power here. I just think Azealia Banks is fucking up her own bag. Did people at Wildn Out have some sort of racist jokes towards her? I don't know. But like I said earlier in this video, it has become the little boy who cried wolf syndrome with her. She hates everyone and everything. Why do the show? Was it worth the look that bad, Azealia Banks? What, did you really need that attention that bad? To go to Wildn Out, where their thing is comedy, to call that show out, when in my opinion they're putting black people on the platform and put them in positions. We can't act like that has not helped DC Young Fly, Emmanuel Hudson, a lot of other great young black comedians, to just act like Nick ain't did for black people and allow somebody to me who's to me a young legend to call him out on his show, his platform, and to put that racist word behind it when it's a black owned show. I think we as a community need to do a better job of calling people out like that, because that racist word can stick, and when it's time to renew that contract, that shit can affect the Wildn Out brand if you get a couple of them. I don't think Azealia Banks is the person that needs to be making those kind of calls. Now, Nick Cannon did come out and make a statement in regards to Azealia Banks on his Instagram account, because I forgot to tell you guys this. Azealia Banks went on to say, if I were to make fun of Nick Cannon for having lupus and being weak and sickly, if I made a joke that said he'd be dead by the end of the year, then Azealia Banks is the bad guy, right? So Nick Cannon, he quoted that, and then he said, don't you hate when you create your own storms but forget your umbrella? At Azealia Banks, we are praying for you, queen. # speedy recovery, healing. She Wildin' Out for real. I think what Nick Cannon is saying, something is wrong with this young lady. What a lot of us have known for quite some time. Something is seriously wrong with Azealia Banks. I know a mental disorder when I see one. Something mentally is not sticking with her, and the way she combats it is hatred. Now, there are going to be like 8 people in the comment section of this video that say, you're wrong, TALIAFERRO. No, I'm not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I want to end here with a comedian that I do like. Her name is B. Simone. She's grinding. And she said this, and I'll end this video with this. She's on Wildn Out as well, the new season. She said, I feel so bad for her because something is wrong. You, Nick Cannon, built this amazing platform for young comedians to express themselves and honestly embrace and joke about what society calls flaws. This show is a comedy show. Wildn Out did nothing wrong, and when she felt attacked for no absolute reason, we tried to comfort her. I am praying for you, Azealia Banks. And I think Azealia got in the comment section of that, and she said B. Simone is not more popping to her. Whatever. All right. Thank y'all for the time, love, and support. I don't take it for granted. Man, look, we got to protect our black shows that are doing things the right way. I've never heard one bad thing about the Wildn Out platform up until today. And then I got to go to war for my black platforms. There's not many of them. And though I can't sit around and watch episode after episode of Wildn Out, I'm not looking at 10 p.m. on whatever night it comes on MTV or MTV2 to check for Wildn Out. But if it's on, I'll watch it because it's culture. And it's been culture for over a decade. Salute Nick Cannon. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. I don't take for granted. Salute. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.